Hi, mathematicians. Thanks for joining back in to the next math lesson. This is actually the last one that I will record for you for third grade. You'll take the test after this lesson. Well, you'll do the wrap up and then you'll take the test. And then it'll be summer, and hopefully many of you will continue to work hard on your math skills over the summer so that you are really, really ready for fourth grade. While we're on the topic, remember your multiplication facts, 0 through 10, really need to be memorized before you start fourth grade. That will ensure your success in math. I mean, it will make it like greatly easier. It's amazing how much easier it will be if you've got all of your math facts memorized at the start. Okay, we're on 17.4 parallel lines today in your math book. It's page 287. I will share my screen with you though. Here we go. Here is what we're going to learn today in this lesson. Define and identify parallel lines. Here's over our vocabulary. Parallel lines, and the phrase is parallel to. All right, well, let's get into it right away. Identify parallel lines. It says parallel line segments can be found in objects around you. Brick wall, curtains. Parallel lines are two lines that will not meet no matter how long you draw them. The distance between them is always the same. So you can see the distance here is 30 inches and 30 inches. No matter, those lines are going to go on forever, and even though we can't see them, and those lines are never going to meet. AB, so that's this one here, AB and CD are a pair of parallel line segments. They will never meet. Go ahead and turn your page. 288, it says line AB and line CD are parallel. Line AB is parallel to line CD. Line EF and line GH are parallel. Line EF is parallel to line GH. Now look at the lines drawn on this grid. It says line KL and line MN are parallel. You can use a ruler to draw them like this from left to right. Yeah, a line on top of the ruler and then a line on the bottom of the ruler. Those lines would be parallel. They would never meet, no matter how long you drew those segments. Next page, 289, it says, what is the distance between the lines? So he says, count the number of square units between the lines. Line KL is always 2 square units from line MN, so line KL is parallel to line MN. Line OP is always 2 square units from line QR, so line OP is parallel to line QR. And here's what was just said. Here's OP over here, here's QR. And this one too is showing this is 1 square unit and this is 1 square unit because the paper is in squares. We don't know what the unit is. It could be inches, it could be centimeters or millimeters, but it's a unit, some sort of measurement. All right. Go to the next page. Page 290, it says, are line ST and line UV always the same distance apart? Well, for this one, it says no, because point S is 3 square units away from point U here, and line point T is 1 square unit away from point V. So the distance between the lines is not the same. So line ST and UV are not parallel to each other. They will meet, they will intersect pretty shortly after off this grid paper. All right, are line PQ and line MN parallel? No. If you make line PQ right here with these dotted lines longer by drawing along the dotted lines, then they will meet at point X. The distance between the lines is not the same. They are not parallel to each other. All right, let's find some parallel lines. You would need your math notes and a pencil and an eraser. We're on number 1. It says find parallel lines. Which pairs of lines are parallel? Go ahead and pause me so that you can look through those and just jot down which lines are parallel. I'll share the answers with you in a moment. Okay, here we go. So OP is parallel to QR because these have the same distance, 1, 2, 3 square units from here and here. So those are parallel. And then these ones are not because look at the distance. This is 2 and this is 3 square units. So those are going to intersect somewhere down here. Let's see, WX and YZ, 3 units here, 3 units here. So yep, those lines are parallel. They are never going to meet. Number 2, on page 291, it says, now the pairs of parallel lines, name the pairs of parallel line segments in each figure. There is going to be a lot of different parallel line segments. You can see AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Let's see, you can also see that FG is parallel to IH. And let's see, JK is parallel to NM. Those lines will never meet, and the distance between them is the same on both sides. Let's go down to number 3. This one says find pairs of parallel line segments on each object. Okay, we've seen those objects before in the last lesson, but now we're looking for parallel line segments. Go ahead and pause me for a minute while you think about that for yourself. Okay, parallel lines, remember they are lines that will never meet. So this line is parallel to this line. And let's see, these lines on this side and this side, those are parallel. You could also say this line and this line, those are parallel with each other. They will never meet. Number 4 says copy the parallel lines onto grid paper. Well, we don't have grid paper, so we're not going to be able to do that. You could copy it on regular pieces of paper that have lines. That would work. This is a hands-on activity just like the one in the previous lesson, but this one, instead of looking around your house for perpendicular lines, you're going to look around your house for parallel line segments and items without parallel line segments. You can write those down and then share those with a family member. Okay, so now we're down to the let's practice, which is pretty short for this lesson as well. It's just numbers 1 through 6, and then you'll move into your workbook pages, and it's going to be pages 185 to 190. Let's see, tomorrow's lesson is going to be chapter 17 wrap up, and that will be an independent task for you to do, but I can also share the answers at the end of this lesson so that you have those as well. Okay, so let's see, go ahead and pause me. Get to work on those parallel line segments. It'll help prepare you for the test that you're going to take on Friday. All right, here are the answers to the let's practice. Okay, then we've got the homework pages. Some of these answers are going to vary a lot, so just check with somebody at your house or email me if you're not sure. Okay, and then I'll flip over to the chapter wrap-up answers. Good luck memorizing all of your math facts. Just keep telling yourself that you got it. Work hard a little bit every day and you'll be ready for 4th grade.